I am looking for Ayman and Keela. Where are Ayman and Keela?
Right here.
Ayman and Keela, hi, how are you?
Hi.
Who's Ayman, who's Keela? Ayman, Keela, how are you? Ayman, why are you here?
I'm here for Keela.
How about that, Keela?
Okay.
Why are you here for Keela?
Keela has wanted to be an actress for probably as long as I've known her. And she put her dream on hold when her sister-in-law passed to help her brother raise her young niece and nephew.
How about that? How about that? Huh? And Ayman, who does she look up to?
We've been talking a lot about Nick Carter and how he's fighting to keep his family together and how he's pursued his career and done his thing, but he's also working to pull his family together, so.
Yeah. Nick Carter, of course, from House of Carters and Backstreet Boys, and yeah, talented, super talented guy. Well, you know what? Nick and Aaron Carter are right here! Please welcome Nick and Aaron Carter! How about it? Come on up, come on up, come on up. Get involved in it. Yeah. How about it? How are you guys? Great. Thanks for coming, man. How are you feeling right now?
I'm excited.
Are you?
I keep staring at him like, wow.
He's right there. I know. He's right there.
No, there's something here.
You're not the only one. Yeah, you're definitely not the only one. Nick, what did you think of Keela's story?
Amazing. I mean, really amazing. You know, just it's good to see other people who actually care, you know, for their families too.
Because we care
as much as we do, you know.
Yeah, now what compelled you to bring your whole family together, Nick, put you all together?
What promoted me to want to do this was obviously to be with them. I had to come out to LA to record a Backstreet Boy record, and you know, it just gave me an opportunity to be with them, to really just to go back to the basics and just find out what tore my family apart, and that's really what I was working on.
Have you seen the show? I said it before. Yes. It's compelling, it's funny, it's nervous-making. It's really, really good. Let's see a clip from the House of Carters.
But you gotta understand, when all of this is gone, when everybody's on their deathbed someday, there's probably only gonna be a couple people showing up. But just understand this. We are the people who were there before it started. And we're the people that are gonna be there when it ends. So you need to realize that.
How about it? Keela, do you have any questions?
I do. Well, how did you get the courage to leave and then come back? Because I have the dream to, you know, move to California, but it's hard for me to leave my family.
You kind of have to follow your instincts and follow what you believe in. You know, stay true to yourself and the things that you want, and then also be there for them the best possible way that you can. And, you know, the only advice I could say is really trust your heart. And obviously where you're at right now, as far as your family, is the right decision, you know. But you got to learn how to take the hard times as well as the good times, because there's going to be tons of hard times.
Although this advice is going to you, it's going to me too.
Are you getting a little bit, are you hearing it from him?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
So.
Now, you guys have a surprise for Keela. Aaron, what is it?
Yes, we have a scholarship gift certificate for you from the New York Film Academy of Los Angeles. So.
How about that? You weren't expecting that today. You didn't know that was going to happen today, did you?
No, not at all.
How about it?
Not at all.
What does that mean to you?
I'm excited because it means a new start for me.
Yeah.
And just for the people that are around me, it lets them know that, you know, there is hope.
And we're here.
And
Yeah?
And I got to meet these guys, which is really great. It's tough when you're, you know, when you have family and you're kind of stuck in a bind.
Yeah.
And when you have obligations.
Yeah.
It's kind of tough to get away. And
Right.
it's tough to pursue what you want to pursue, even though you love your family and you love your life that you're in, but you know that...
That's the key word there. Whose life is it?
Mine.
It's your life.
Yeah.
Right? So you got to do it. Thank you guys so much for that. That's fantastic. Give him a hug. Hug it up, guys. All right? Nick's going to stick around. When we come back, we're fixing people's sex lives. Welcome back. I'm not a big fan of astrology, but I'll tell you this. Today, the stars have aligned to fix your sex life. Yes. T.V. He's a Grammy-nominated singer-songwriter. Welcome, Brian McKnight. And you know her from Mad TV. It's Deborah Wilson-Skelton. Former Backstreet Boy, Nick Carter is back. And relationships expert, Dr. Ty E. Welcome them all. Woo! We sent our cameras to the street and asked people what gets you in the mood. Check it out.
I like when guys are super romantic and they do stuff to make you feel really special.
When I come out of the shower and I've been across on the bed and just spank my a little bit.
A romantic Elvis song. And to top it off, peanut butter and banana sandwich.
How about it, guys? Brian, I'll ask you. I'm going to ask you all. Brian, what gets you in the mood, man?
Wow, all she has to do is be there. As soon as I see her.
That's it. She just needs to be
visual, man. As soon as I see, yeah, there it is. I'm a man.
Exactly. You're ready to go. You know, that's it. You don't need. Okay, Deborah.
You know what gets me in the mood, actually, and it's sometimes the simple things in life that says I solidify this relationship. My husband has a tendency to leave little notes around the house for me, and they're not necessarily sexy, but just saying, you know, I love you, you're my partner for life, and I adore you, you're wonderful, I just love you so much, and little notes like that.
All right, fair enough. Nick?
You know what? Ponytails drive me insane.
There you go, ponytails.
I enjoy women who enjoy being a woman. I don't like women who are aggressive with the strong handshakes, and, you know, I want to smell you as a woman.
Do you agree? I hear you, yeah?
Yes.
Nothing great. Yeah, I know. You just
I
love
love women, man.
Yeah,
you know,
you're good to go, Brian.
For me, it's the subtle differences. I mean, that woman that has a strong handshake, there might be something about her.
That just, sure.
I was about to say the same thing, because I agree with you. I happen to have a very strong handshake, but I have a strong handshake because when I'm meeting you, I'm really interested in meeting you. Yeah. As opposed to it being an introduction where people have a tendency to do that every single day.
But when I met you backstage, you did this, and then you put it like that. That's very, yeah, but that was
because
soft. Yeah, like that. But if you came in with this grip,
no, that grip is important.
A few times, I'd wonder if your name was Steve.
No, but see, that's a stereotype that men should have strong handshakes. But now what we're doing is breaking down a stereotype. So therefore, as a strong woman, I am taking the opportunity to sincerely meet you.
Deborah, I'm going to consider myself schooled right now and rocked. You rocked me and you schooled me. What are your tricks to get them in the mood?
No matter what I'm doing, if you're in the room with me, I let you know that I am aware of you. You know, it's like just that look. You know, you give it that look. I'm watching the game, but I just, man.
You know? For me, you know, simple things like people have to be comfortable in their skin, like me taking off my clothes. Or me reciting a poem in a woman's ear. Women love poetry. The sexiest sex organ on the body is the ear. Women love for a man to talk to them, say the right things to get them. That's called adequate foreplay. A lot of men don't understand that.
Do you agree with that, Deborah?
Yes, and it doesn't matter whether you're blowing in the ear, whispering in the ear, nibbling on the ear, it is a very erotic space.
Okay, rock the ear, people, all right? I want the panel to work their magic for one of our couples here in the audience. Now, Jason says he's getting frustrated because his wife, Kate, never wants to have sex with him. Where are Jason and Kate? Hi, guys. Hi. Hi, how are you? Stand up. Let the panel see you. Why don't you want to have sex with your husband, Kate?
Because since the baby was born, I've gotten fat, and I just don't like myself. I don't feel pretty anymore.
Okay. All right. Well, you could have put the nail on the head right there. What do you guys think? What do you think?
Jason, is it?
Yeah.
And you have to constantly remind her how sexy she is, how beautiful she is. Now, it's up to you to maintain the romance in our relationship. That's the man's responsibility. It's up to the woman to maintain the sexual energy. Women control the sexual energy in the bedroom.
Would you say, man, though, but let me ask you this, because there's nothing that he can do that I don't believe. I mean, he can help support her, but as far as her self-esteem goes, where's she going to get that? You gotta get it from herself.
Yeah, but he can reinforce that.
Right, exactly. He can definitely reinforce it. But she's not feeling good about her shape. Not only do you take her to the gym, but you go with her and y'all work out together. Go walking together.
I think the one thing, Kate, that I want to...
It's not what?
It's not just the body, it's your mind, it's your spirit. There are women that are out there who are absolutely beautiful, but if their spirit is not right, they think they're the ugliest person in the world. And what you have to remember, what you need to remember as a woman, is that you are a creator. They don't call this planet Father Earth. You are a creator. You gave birth, you give life, and now it's time to give life back to yourself. Your husband loves you for who you are. Don't forget who you are.
Good. Cool. Thank you, guys. When we come back, our stars weigh in on a question that has divided men and women for centuries. How important is sex in a relationship? We'll be right back.
I think sex is very important in a relationship. Even no matter what's going on in a relationship, after sex, you tend to forget all about everything else.
Oh my God.
I think sex is like money. It's like when you have a lot and it's good, it's not as important. But if you don't have, it's become very important.
How important is sex in a relationship? I don't even think it's a relationship unless you're having sex. Brian, what do you think?
I think that from a guy's perspective, you don't even have a relationship until you, have sex. It's all we're thinking about. We're listening to you. We're out on the date. We love everything you're talking about. But the whole time we're like, man, I wonder what she looks like without that blouse.
Yes, that's true. Nick?
God, it's obviously very important. I mean, I'm 26, so it's really important.
Yeah.
But, the truth is, also having that happy medium between, sex and then also the friendship and the relationship is something that I'm trying to learn, too, myself, because a lot of times I kind of, want more of the sex than the relationship,
Yeah, well, you're 26. Deborah?
It's very very, very important. I need sex like a guy.
Do you?
Okay, I do. But it's also...
So what you're saying is really quickly and then you fall asleep.
To me, it solidifies... the sex solidifies the rest of the relationship. And when we get down with the get-down, it's solidifying the other parts of those relationships.
Right.
It's
it elevates
necessary.
the status of it, really.
It
really does.
the status.
Yeah. Doctor?
Well, sex is definitely an important component of a relationship because that's 1/3. Without that third being sufficient and great, it destroys the relationship. There are some cultures now in other parts of the world that if you're not having great sex, it's grounds for divorce.
Gotcha. All right. Okay. Where's Maureen? Hi, Maureen. How are you? What's your question? Do you have a question for the panel?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I just got out of a long relationship, and I'm starting to date again. And I'm wondering, when is it the right time? Because, I went out with somebody, like 6 dates, and he never called again because I didn't have sex with him, I'm assuming. It seemed like that. And then I had sex with somebody right away, and all of a sudden I was a booty call.
How did you feel after that booty call? I mean, how did you feel after that? That's my question. I mean, did you feel like, like your self-esteem had dropped? How did you feel?
Yeah, I felt very low self-esteem. It felt kind of wild and in the moment, but...
You know what? You're asking when is it the right time, but you're not asking when is it the right person.
That's true.
And that's really important because until it's the right person, you're going to have a checklist for a man, and you're going to hold him accountable for everything you never received and never gave yourself.
Here's the thing. There's nothing wrong with a booty call if you're mature enough to handle it.
Right.
If you're mature enough to handle it. But when you like somebody, and if you really like them, and you know that they want to have sex with you, I think it is okay to wait a while, especially with a dude, because as Brian said earlier, on the first few dates, I'm like, are you wearing a thong? You know what I'm saying?
And you know what, Greg? Also, if you're ready, you feel like you're ready, your mind, body, and spirit is ready for that act, then you do it and you'd be great at it. Get it all to them.
And also make sure, just take your time in all the situations, because a lot of times people rush into it, and they rush into relationships, and then they're like, you're regretting it later.
Know what you want.
Yeah, and then you decide. Brian, thank you so much. Brian, we've got an interesting question for you from one of our fans when we hit the streets. Somebody had a question for you, Brian. Take a look at this.
Brian Manite, I would like to know what's the perfect Brian Manite song to get my girl to perform something freaky on me.
Can somebody reiterate what he said? I didn't understand what he said.
I think what he was trying to say was that he wanted to know the perfect song of mine to get his girlfriend to do something freaky to him.
Yes.
The interesting thing about that is that up until now, I had never written a song about the act itself. It was always before or after. So on my new album, I wrote a song that's actually in the moment. It's called What's My Name? Which basically,
that's just good. That's smart. What is my name? Who am I having sex with?
Yeah.
Very important, by the way.
You know, we've all been, what's my name?
That's right. What's my name, Brian? Thank you. We'll be right back. Hello, friend. Welcome back. Today, some of the world's sexiest celebrities are here to perform CPR on your sex life. Yeah, that's right. I've got R&B superstar Brian McKnight, actress, comedian Deborah Wilson-Skelton, and they're joined by Backstreet Boys heartthrob Nick Carter and one of Ebony Magazine's former Bachelors of the Year, Dr. Tai E. And we're here to tackle your sex and relationship questions. All right, where's Yada?
Over here.
Hi, Yada. Stand up.
Hi.
Yada, everybody. Now, you say that your personality is causing a problem in your sex life?
Well, you know, I am single and sexy, so usually when I go out...
Right on.
Usually when I go out and I see what I like, I usually try to go for it.
The problem may not be your personality. It just may be the guys that you're been attracted to that have this problem. Because a guy like Nick and myself, we'd be game for a woman that just decides she...
You understand?
The guy... Men most of the time, they want to be the one to do all of that. And then a woman does it, and they're like, ooh, I don't know, because they're thinking, well, if she did that with me, then she's doing that with everyone. The whole thing. So it's like, it's a tough thing, but you just got to get a guy with a little higher self-esteem.
I personally think, you represent the new age woman. The strong personality, knows what they want in this life, and that you just go for it. And I think that's very sexy.
Yeah. No, definitely. I think a lot of guys are catching up with women right now. I mean, there's been a shift, and men have been struggling for the past couple of years to figure out where the hell we are. And am I supposed to? Do I have to have a purse now, or what am I doing? Or I'm not. I do. I am manly. I'm not manly. When am I supposed to cry? All right. Where's John? All right, sir. This is John.
Yes, sir.
Do you have a question for the panel?
Yes. Well, mine's a little different. I'm a single parent. And I have no problems with meeting ladies. So we talk, have a great conversation. But once I mention my kids, because that's part of me, that's who I am, you know, and I don't want to wait till later and tell them about it later. So I give it to them, you know, and that, after that, it's over now.
So your question is, when do you let, when Brian?
I think, you know, as a single father myself, I think you have to let them know in the beginning, because it allows them to make the decision about what they want to do with you. And if she doesn't want to deal with you because you're kids, then she's not worth being with you anyway.
Right.
Yeah. Dr. Tai, what about for you? When do you, because you're a single dad as well,
yes,
is that right? When do you let the lady know that you have kids?
One thing my mother always told me, if a woman wants you, she wants you regardless of what your situation is. So it may be just instead of her just saying, you know what, I'm not interested, she kind of blames it on the children. Well, it's because you have kids, because the only time a man has quote-unquote baby mama drama is when he's not taking care of his responsibility.
Correct.
Number one, or number two, he continues to sleep with the mother of his children as well as date other women. That's mama drama.
Thank you, man. Right on. That's awesome. How about that panel, you guys, huh? They're fantastic. Brian, Deborah, Nick, Dr. Tai. Coming up, a talking horse teaches us how to talk dirty. We'll be right back.